The headlights caught a flash of movement as I turned left, too late to stop the sickening thud against my car's passenger side. I slammed on the brakes, heart pounding, and scrambled out my breath, catching as I stared at a young woman sprawled on the pavement. For a moment I was frozen, panic clawing at my chest. Then, shaking, I fumbled for my phone to dial 911. Her soft moan stopped me mid-dial. She was crying, stirring slightly in the dim streetlight. "Don't move," I shouted, voice cracking. "You could be hurt inside. I'm calling an ambulance. No, please." Her voice was weak but desperate. "Don't do that." I blinked, confused. "What do you mean you could be seriously injured?" She propped herself up, wincing. "I'm fine, really. Please don't call anyone." I hesitated, phone still in hand. "If it's about money, don't worry, I've got insurance." She shook her head, eyes wide. "No, just don't call. I'll be okay." As she struggled to stand, I crouched to help, noticing her limp as she favored her right foot. "What were you doing out here wandering at this hour?" "Where are you headed?" "I got lost," she mumbled, avoiding my gaze. "I was visiting my aunt and uncle." "Where do they live?" I asked. "I'll drive you." She wavered, clearly in pain. "You're not walking on that foot. If you won't let me call an ambulance, I'm taking you to a hospital." "No," she snapped, then softened. "I'm fine. It's just a sprain." I sighed, frustration mounting. Her panic screamed trouble, maybe with the law. A gash on her forehead caught the light, less severe than I'd feared. "Do your aunt and uncle know you're coming?" She shook her head. "It's almost 2 a.m., I said. "They're probably asleep. Come to my place. We'll ice your ankle, clean that cut, and you can rest. I'll take the couch, and in the morning I'll drive you to their place after breakfast." Her eyes darted, wary. "You'll be fine," I said, trying to sound calm despite my exhaustion. "I'm not leaving you out here." I opened the back door of my car. "Hop in, I'll help." Scanning the road, I noticed she had nothing, no bag, no suitcase. "You don't have any stuff?" "Just what you're wearing." She looked down, ashamed. "I got robbed. They took everything." My gut twisted with pity, law trouble or not. "Let's get you cleaned up and off that foot." Reluctantly, she slid into the car with my help. "I'm Evan Carter," I said, offering my hand as I started the engine. "And you are Sophie," she replied, her grip weak. She stayed silent, tense, as I drove. At a 24-hour pharmacy, I pulled over. "Why are we stopping?" she asked, voice edged with panic. "I need bandages for your ankle and that cut," I said. "Relax, I'll be quick." Inside, I grabbed supplies, gauze tape, antiseptic. Back in the car, I caught her eyes flutter open at the sound of the door. "Got enough in here to play paramedic," I joked, holding up the bag. She gave a faint smile. It was 2:30 a.m. when we reached my apartment in Maplewood, a quiet suburb outside Richmond, Virginia. The street was dark save for a flickering lamp. Sophie tensed, scanning the building. "Just moved here 3 months ago," I said, hoping to ease her. "Place is sparse couch TV bed, but it's home." I helped her limp to the front door, then guided her to my bedroom. Propping her against the wall, I fixed the bed one-handed. She sank onto it, and I gently removed her right shoe and sock. Her ankle was swollen, purpling. "I hope you're right about no breaks," I said. "A fracture could mess you up long-term." "I've broken bones before," she said quietly. "This isn't that, I'm sure." I nodded, skeptical but too tired to argue. "I'll grab ice. Hang tight." My freezer held only frozen dinners. I draped 2 packs over her ankle, then cleaned her forehead with antiseptic, applying butterfly bandages. "Best I can do," I said. "Bathroom's there if you need it. I'm off tomorrow, so sleep in. I'll check on you before breakfast." Her voice softened. "Thanks, Evan. appreciate this. I grinned. I do this for everyone I hit with my car. She let out a small laugh. I'm grabbing stuff from the car, I called. Don't freak if you hear the door. Outside, I hauled in my camera gear. As a freelance photographer, I'd been scouting rural spots for night shoots, which explained my late drive. Break-ins weren't common here, but I never left my equipment in the car overnight. It took 2 trips to lug it inside, 2 wiped to haul it to the basement. I left it by the couch where I crashed head propped on the armrest. Adrenaline had kept me wired, but as I closed my eyes, Sophie's face lingered girl next door charm warm smile worn clothes. Not a beauty queen, but captivating. I drifted off imagining her portrait. At 8 a.m. I woke stiff and groggy. Sophie was still asleep, her breathing soft. I brewed coffee, downing 2 cups at the kitchen table, hunger gnawing. Checking on her again, I found the bed empty, the bathroom door shut. She'd ignored my offer to help her move independent clearly. I grabbed my camera bag to store it when she appeared in the doorway, leaning on the doorframe. "Morning, Sophie," I said. "This is my gear. I was shooting last night." "Sleep okay, great," she said, wincing as she shifted. "Ankles sore, though." "Back to bed," I said. "I'll bring breakfast." "Eggs, coffee." "Coffee with cream and sugar," she nodded. I stashed my gear in the basement, digging out an old monopod, a single-legged tripod I hadn't used in years. Its grip could double as a cane. Back upstairs, I brought her breakfast and the monopod. "This might help with the ankle," I said. "It's not perfect, but it'll take some weight off." Her eyes lit up. "Thanks." "Need anything else?" I asked. She hesitated. "Could I take a hot bath?" "Sure," I said. "No offense, but you're a bit ripe." She blushed. "What about your clothes? I can wash them. They might not dry in time, but I've got a robe you can wear." She eyed me cautiously. "Can I see it?" I grabbed my long cotton robe from the closet. She studied it, then asked, "Why are you doing this? You've been a gentleman. What do you want in return?" Her question stung, but I saw the fear behind it. "Sophie, I don't want anything," I said, keeping my voice steady. "You didn't have much choice coming with me, did you? I'm just trying to help." Her eyes softened, but pain lingered. "I'm 19, she said suddenly, as if defending herself. "You look 16, I teased, then frowned. "Got ID?" She shook her head. "Lost it in the robbery. I didn't fully buy it, but let it go. Enjoy your bath. Offer to wash your clothes still stands." As I left, I noticed her struggle to stand. "Wait," I said. "I'll run the bath." I filled the tub with warm water, adding a splash of scented bath oil I found in a drawer, leftovers from my ex Nora. "There's makeup in the top right drawer," I called. "Use whatever. My ex left it." Sophie's eyebrows rose. "Ex, yeah," I said. "We planned to live together, but didn't work out." She smirked. "Now I'm curious." I laughed. 20 minutes to get in the tub. Leave your clothes on the bed if you want them washed." 20 minutes later, I knocked. "You good? It's amazing," she called back. "Clothes are on the bed." I grabbed her worn outfit, faded jeans, a threadbare shirt, and tossed them in the washer, hoping they'd hold up. Her story gnawed at me. Robbed, lost, no ID. I wasn't rich, but I could spare $50 for thrift store clothes. When she emerged, leaning on the monopod, my robe dwarfing her, I froze. She'd used Nora's makeup, lipstick, eyeshadow, and dried her hair. She looked radiant. "You clean up nice," I said, grinning. "Ankle better much?" She smiled. "Thanks for everything. I know I'm a burden." "Burden?" I laughed. "I said I'd take you to your aunt and uncle's, didn't I?" Her smile faded. "I lied. I don't have an aunt or uncle. I made it up so you'd think I had family nearby." My jaw dropped. Her honesty disarmed me. "So where were you going at 2 a.m.? She sighed, sinking onto the couch. "I'm homeless. I scavenge food sleep where it's safe. That's what I was doing when you hit me." My mind reeled. Homeless. "At 19, what's your plan now?" She shrugged, chuckling bitterly. "Got none. Stay here," I said impulsively. Her eyes narrowed, that wary look returning. "Don't give me that look," I said. "You know you can trust me." She nodded slowly. "Sorry, I've been used before. It's hard to trust." I softened. "I get it, but I just want to help." "Why, though?" she asked. "You're smart." "Ever thought about a job? A stable life. Jobs I can get don't pay enough," she said. "No high school diploma. Good jobs want college." "Not always," I countered. "I'm a photographer at Star Snaps in the mall. I could ask about sales assistant openings." Her face lit up. "I'd need clothes for that." "I'll chip in," I said. "There's a Salvation Army nearby, plus Goodwill. Let's go now." At Salvation Army, we struck out. At Goodwill, she found a $8 dress, insisting on paying herself. In line, I noticed her glance nervously at me. When she pulled out cash to pay a thick stack, $300, maybe $400 spilled from her pocket. My stomach tightened. Where'd that come from? Honesty was non-negotiable if she stayed with me. At 3 more thrift stores, she bought another dress, 3 tops, pants, and shoes, spending $80 total. She paid for everything herself. Over pizza that night, I decided to confront her. But as we walked into my apartment, a figure stood by the bedroom door. Nora, my ex, wearing only my unbuttoned shirt and underwear. "Nora, what the hell?" I snapped. "Who's she?" she shot back, glaring at Sophie. "This is Sophie," I said. "Sophie, meet Nora, my ex." Nora smirked. "New girlfriend?" "No," I said firmly. "She's going through a rough patch. I'm helping her." Nora scoffed. "Sure you are." I turned to her, anger flaring. "You never knew me, Nora. If you did, you'd know I'd never take advantage of someone. We were exclusive. I was going to propose." Her face fell. "It was one mistake, Evan. I was drunk." "Drunk?" I laughed bitterly. "Your buddy Keith saw you leave that singles bar with some guy. You didn't even check if anyone knew you." She teared up. "I messed up. Can't we try again?" "No," I said coldly. "It's over. Get dressed and leave my key." Sophie and I waited on the couch until Nora left, tossing me the key with a parting shot. "Find a decent guy, sweetheart." 2 years with Nora, and I'd missed her cheating until Keith caught her. Seeing Sophie's cash, then Nora's stunt, soured my mood. I took deep breaths to calm down before turning to Sophie. "Coffee?" She nodded, smiling. In the kitchen, I cut to the chase. "I never bought your story about wandering at 2 a.m. Your panic about the ambulance made me think you're running from something, maybe the cops. That cash you've got, explain it, or I call them." Her face crumpled. "Please don't," she whispered, tears falling. "Tell me the truth," I said. "No more lies." She wiped her eyes. "I stole it from a gas station. I got hired at a Texaco to work nights. The manager, Carl, said I could have the job if I did things for him. After 10 p.m., it was just us. He'd take me to the storeroom, lock the door, and make me do stuff. Every night for 2 weeks. I never got paid. One night he went to the bathroom and I grabbed what I thought they owed me, about $400, and ran. That was the night before you hit me." My anger melted into horror. "You're not a thief," I said. "You took what you were owed." She shook her head. "I'm still a criminal. You'll kick me out. I'm not calling the cops," I said, "and you're not leaving. But we need to figure out sleeping arrangements. My back's killing me from the couch." Her eyes widened, but she didn't flinch. "I'll take the couch," she said quickly. "I've slept on park benches, sidewalks, it's luxury." "You sure?" I asked, "just until we sort something better." That night, I slept in my bed, relieved but uneasy. Could I trust her? The next day, I left her alone at the apartment, her ankle still tender. At lunch, I scouted jobs, finding an opening at Trend Vibe, a women's clothing store in the mall. I knew the manager, Lisa, and pitched Sophie. "She's homeless, staying with me," I said. "She's on my couch, but I'm setting up a bed in the basement." Lisa raised an eyebrow. "You trust her? She's had a rough life," I said, "but she's honest." "How's her ankle?" Lisa asked. "Better," I said. "She should be fine by next week." "Have her come by Thursday," Lisa said. "No promises, but I'll talk to her." I thanked her profusely, then rushed back to work at Star Snaps. My boss, Mike, didn't mind my tardiness. Driving home, I braced for the worst: empty apartment, missing gear. Instead, I walked into the aroma of roasting pork. Sophie, leaning on the monopod, grinned from the kitchen. "Timed dinner perfectly, huh?" "Where'd you get the food?" I asked. "Walked to the grocery store," she said. "Used your cane. Couldn't carry much, just enough for tonight. All you've got in your freezer is TV dinners. I've eaten better from dumpsters." I laughed. "Smells amazing." "What is it?" "Pork ribs, potatoes, sweet corn," she said. "Got apples for dessert." "How'd you know when I'd be home?" I asked. She grinned. "Checked your computer. Star Snap's hours are 9 to 5. You left at 8:30, so I figured 5:30. Smart, I thought. Over dinner, I told her about the interview. Panic flickered in her eyes. "I don't know sales." "You don't sell," I said. "Just know the stock, be friendly, help customers. If Lisa doesn't hire you, we'll find something else." Her voice trembled. "You're the first person who's been kind without wanting something. I don't want to let you down." "Sophie," I said, "you're due for a break. All I ask is you try your best. You won't let me down." She teared up. "This isn't just a break, Evan. It's a new life. I won't screw it up. I promise." Over the next few days, her ankle healed and she opened up. Her mom was an alcoholic, her dad a one-night stand. She'd bounced between her mom's boyfriends and her aunt until at 16, her mom's assault conviction landed her in jail. Sophie had been on her own since surviving by compromising her morals. Her only ID was a Social Security card. We applied for her birth certificate that weekend. By Sunday, she walked without pain. Monday, I took her to Olive Garden for dinner. Tuesday, I noticed Lisa at Trend Vibe. Sophie's thrift store clothes wouldn't cut it for the interview. Her stolen cash could cover new ones, but I hated that. I visited Tina's salon where my coworker Sarah worked. I offered promotional photos for free hair and makeup for Sophie. Tina hesitated. Her stylists were booked but agreed to do it herself at 7 a.m. Thursday. "Don't be late," she warned. Wednesday, I showed Sophie interview outfits online. That morning, we hit the mall early. At a store, she held up a blue dress. I read blue makes salespeople seem trustworthy. A clerk suggested a sheer blue blouse. Sophie frowned. "It's see-through. Wear a blue bra," the clerk said. "Trendy but modest." I shook my head. "Not for an interview." Sophie bought it anyway, plus a subtle blue blouse, heels, and tights after 3 more stores. At lunch in the food court, she scarfed her food. "Slow down," I laughed. "You've got time." She blushed. "I've never shopped in a mall before. Always Walmart with Mom or warming up in winter." I arranged an Uber for her heading to Star Snaps. She stopped by at 3:30, but I was swamped. Mike chatted with her. "She's a doll," he said later. "Says you're a saint." Thursday, we arrived at Tina's at 7 a.m. Tina beamed at Sophie. "Those cheekbones sit." I photographed the makeover. 2 hours later, Sophie was stunning. At Star Snaps, I shot extra portraits for Tina's ads. Sophie changed into her new outfit nervous. I might pee myself, she joked. Be you, I said. You'll kill it. She kissed my cheek and left for Trend Vibe. By noon, she hadn't returned. I imagined her crying in a bathroom rejected. At 2 p.m., as I headed to check, she burst into the studio, throwing her arms around me. I got it, she screamed, kissing me hard. I start Monday. No doubt I grinned. Why so late? Lisa took me to TGI Fridays, she said. She likes me. I was myself like you said. That night we celebrated at a steakhouse, my credit card groaning. Sunday we framed Tina's photos. Monday. Sophie teared up at breakfast. I'm scared, she admitted. I want to make you proud. I'm already proud, I said. Do your best. I dropped her at Trend Vibe, her quick kiss lingering as I drove off. At day's end, Lisa said Sophie was shy but promising. Sophie bubbled with excitement, modeling her new work clothes. She'd sold $200 that day and loved it. As she chatted, I felt a quiet hope. Maybe, just maybe, this was her new beginning, and mine too.